Hi, everybody. Russ from the West Ham Network. Hope you are all safe and well. If you're new indeed, why don't you give it a like, give it a share, give it a comment, give it a subscribe, all that good stuff as we're on the way to 10,000 subscribers. About 380 odd to go. So we could do it before the end of the year, just to piss that off more than anything. Anyway, I hope everyone is safe and well. I hope everyone had a nice weekend, if not very cold. It's turned, doesn't it? It's definitely turned. Although apparently tomorrow it's like in Hornchurch, it's about 12 degrees. I don't know what the hell's going on with the weather at the moment. But anyway, I hope everyone is safe and well. Obviously, we had yesterday. It's no joke, as the as my little funny thing says. It's no joke, you see, because it was snowing, and it's no joke. It's snow joke. You're welcome. And as we do on a Monday or immediately after the game, we try and do a little bit of a debrief. We'll go through. We'll also pick up on some of the things that Mr. Moyes said during his post-match interview. And actually, Deck did a really good post-match interview on the club website. Check that out. It's about 4 or 5 minutes long. And he just comes across so well. Do you know what I mean? He just comes across so well in terms of when he talks so genuine. He's a very, very sweet man. Let's see, we've got the chat. Afternoon, Ludders. Hope you're well. Father Snowman. Hello, everyone. Maybe hello, maybe. John, good afternoon. Gaza, hope you're well. I'm very well, thank you very much. A bit cold in the shed today in the garage, but we'll survive. You know, you don't need to send a ham or anything, a food parcel. I'm all right. I'll survive. Neil T, good afternoon to you. What a lovely pitch that was yesterday. Credit to... Do you know what? Fair play, innit? Fair play. For all the money in the world that the Man City owners have got, couple of blokes with a spade, innit? Just keeps you warm inside, doesn't it? Just keeps you warm inside. Yeah, no, fair play to them. They did a great job at half time, wasn't it? It was completely white. And then literally, I know we had to delay the second half kicking off by about 5 or so minutes, but it was practically perfect, wasn't it, to be honest? But interesting point that Dan made in the chat yesterday. Because I said, why don't I just put the old undersoil heating on? But the trouble is, it was so cold that if the snow melted, it would freeze. It was that cold. So then I don't know how it'd freeze. But anyway, so yeah, there we go. And then it says like Burnley, for example, the Burnley game where obviously they got postponed. That was quite funny as well. Frano, hope you're well. Luke, hope you are well. DJ Rusty B, howdy. Chris, howdy to you, son. Afternoon, Budgie, hope you are well indeed. Martin, good afternoon. We even had snow last night. Shocking season. Not in Hornchurch yet. Not in Hornchurch. A frost. Jack Frost was upon us, but no snow. Much to Flo's disappointment this morning, waking up thinking she might get a snow day, despite the fact we live about a minute walk to the school. But hey ho. Hope everyone is staying safe as well with everything that's going on of this. What I know it's it's Omicron, but it sounds like the last enemy in in a Sonic game or something like that. Now you got to defeat Omicron. I think it's getting a little bit worried about it, just because obviously we're going to Lapland soon, aren't we? So now we've got to take a PCR test and stuff rather than just a normal day 2 test. And oh well, we'll get that all sorted. Old blokes with shovels. Do you know what we better if they almost had a couple of fags in their mouths? You know what I mean? That was almost like, and it was one bloke's job, it seems, to flatten it. There was a guy on a flattener, a brush, and there's a guy on a big bloke with a shovel. And I just thought it was so funny. I just thought it was brilliant. Just like, as you said, all this modern technology, VAR, goal line technology, everything around, all the digi boards, couple of blokes with a couple of shovels. How you doing, mate? Yeah. We'll be all right for the second half. Cool. Have you well? I wonder if they would have cleaned the pitch like that if we were losing. That's what we were saying in the watch along. And thank you. We had loads of people come to the watch along. So thank you very much, guys. I really appreciate it. We were saying, one drop of snow if we were 1-0 up. Right, that's it. Game off. Game off. Because Man City, who knows? P. Gadzo, the only thing I'd look forward to after lose is the West Ham. It's true though, isn't it? It's true that West Ham clips video just lessens the blow a little bit, doesn't it? And, it's the first time we've lost 2 games in a row since April, I think. We're still 4th, having dropped 6 points. It shows you what a great what great season we've had so far up to this point. Brighton on Wednesdays is a must win, isn't it? It really is a must win to keep this momentum going as we go. I fancy this against Chelsea on a 12:30 on a Saturday with our crowd. I fancy us. Let's hope Cresswell's right. We'll talk about that in a minute. Oz, hope you're well. For a minute there, I was thinking it was my day. Mrs. Snowman was hoping. Unbelievable. I thought Omnicron was a villain in Transformers. I know, that's what I mean. It's it's the wrong name, but someone said, I think that, it's an anagram of no crimbo, apparently. So there we go. Can't be too disappointed yesterday. Does put pressure on Wednesday. Some people think we didn't play well, but I saw us plenty of chances, just couldn't finish. And I think that is unfortunately the case at the moment with us. And it has been for a fair amount of time, I'd say, in that we do create chances. Every game we create chances, but we just haven't got clinical striker. We just haven't got that guy who's going to put the ball in the back of the net. Maybe in the summer. On Thursday, obviously, I do my transfer roundups. So, could allude to something like that. Still may well be talking about transfers tonight, the flagship show tonight. We'll talk about what we've got coming up in this week. I was on my phone, couldn't see the ball. We couldn't see it because it was on a dodgy stream as well. So you had all the snow and the ball. But the ball was yellow, apparently. It was a winter ball already. So anyway, the team will pick up soon. But for real, in January, should be going aggressively for Tarkowski and Lingard. I bet I never hear all those anti-Lingard sentiments. Do you know what? For me... there was some rumblings over the weekend about Tarkowski coming in for £7 million. Yes. I mean, he's a good player. He's going to come in and instantly improve the team in terms of the starting lineup. I would suggest him. And is Tarkowski, is he a right-footed or left-footed? That's what I'm thinking. I think we haven't really sort of gone too much into that, because actually for me let's see, I don't think I've got it on transfer. Doesn't say. What about transfer market? These are quite good, because actually that's the important thing, because I think Zuma looks out of sorts when you play him as a left-sided player, rather than necessarily a right-side player, which he is. And let's have a quick look, just because. And there's loads. I mean, we did the whole thing. Check it out on we did a sort of a stats thing on Friday, which people really enjoyed. So hopefully we'll do another one of those, maybe to do with strikers, maybe, because I know that's a key area for lots of people at the moment. Although for me, I don't think unless there's a major change in form, but one or two suggestions. He's right-footed. So there we go. Afternoon, new job is kicking my ass with timings. Oh dear, it's the trouble. You got to sort of readjust now. Lanzini never hardly scores a tap in these days. Indeed, Moyes should always look at Max Conne from Burnley, versatile bloke he is. Good afternoon, happy Hammerette. Oi from Mandy. The Munsters are stuck in South Africa. One of the staff tested positive. He's right-footed. He's right-footed. Justin New Dawson. Do you know what? I'm inclined to agree, Theo. To be honest, there's a lot more. As I said, we identified half a dozen. Coletta Carr was the one I would think made a lot of sense. And Kiwior, if you don't know who he is, go back and check it out on Friday's show. Was a very good player, but quite young. So, but I think he could be one. Is it me, or Suchek looked bad in the ball, bad touches, cheap giveaways? I think that I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt with Snow. There's a couple of times where definitely the first half he lost the ball in possession in areas where he doesn't usually lose the ball. And my only assumption for that was you could see the ball physically not be running as fast as it could. And I think he got caught in possession a few more times because of that. I'm going to give him the benefit of doubt. Mandy is here. Good evening. Good afternoon, Daniel. Cyber, good afternoon to you. Phil Jones incoming. He's currently climbing into Jalen's bag. Just pops up. Hello, mate. Hi all, host Steve. Is DCC still your choice? He is. DCC is still my choice for centre-back. I think he's a good player, and I think he could come in and make a massive difference for many years to come as well. Russell lost my wallet on Central Line. Someone took it yesterday. Good thing I have my phone. Unbelievable. Always look after your belongings. As always, Lanzini's goal was exactly what I expected from him. So underrated. If he doesn't get a start now, God knows what's going on. Maybe he'll start on Wednesday. I think I would start him on Wednesday, actually. And controversial bomb. I need a button, don't I? I won't start Antonio on Wednesday. There we go. I've said it. I would not start Antonio on Wednesday. Mic drop. I don't think I just don't think I'd rather not play him on Wednesday and he'd be all guns blazing for Chelsea. I think we've got enough. And actually, I think, to be honest, I think going with Bowen up front and maybe bringing in Lanzini into the middle, playing Fornals one side, Ben Rama the other side. I think that's enough. I think that's a good squad for us. Dawson did well yesterday and did nothing wrong. He's just an old school defender, isn't it? I think the trouble is it's true. It's, we're used to with Ogbonna, we've seen his stats, and go back and look on Friday, some really good stuff that West Ham Analytics did for us. It's just that play. I mean, it's too obvious, too easy. I always think when Antonio plays the easy ball, which is the long ball, and I don't really like it. I'm just going through some comments. I wouldn't start Antonio or Benny. There we go. Perkins Wednesday. No, I don't think so. How do you spell that centre back name? What one? Kiwior. It's Kiwior. But apparently, and West Ham Analytics made a massive drop of the bomb. Didn't tell me this. That includes that it's in the last year. Those stats were, so that includes his time playing in Poland as well. But it doesn't matter. I think Lanzini and Vlasic and Diop should come in on Wednesday. Interesting. Flex to start Wednesday. I don't think so, man. Do you think Connor Cody would be a good a stopgap? I think. Me too. I would start Mbappe. Why not? No, Antonio, this risky and a must win. Yeah, but I don't think. But for me, I don't think he still seems a bit leggy for me, and I think there's a different. I think you have him on the bench. Don't take him out entirely, and if you need him, you put him on for the last 20 minutes. Bit like how Wolves do with Traore. We need to buy Bio. Yeah, no, I've mentioned him. Definitely not sure. We'll let him go before the end. Well, it's money or no money, isn't it? He's out of contract at the end of the summer, so it's what it is. Right. Anyway, let's quickly we'll go back to some comments in a minute. I am just going to go through what Moyes said actually in the post-match press conference. Let me make it a bit bigger. After the game, his thoughts. He went, the real quality at the end is different. There's a difference quite often. Man City are full of quality, good players who've done lots of good things today. But when we get the chances to even create a good opening or to maybe finish a good chance off, we didn't take it. You don't come to Man City and get loads of them, but we did our best to make some. Well, that's true. I mean, Dex said the same thing. We made enough. We made chances, but we didn't put it in the back of the net, and that's unfortunately been our problem for a lot of this season, and actually for the last few seasons, I'll be honest. Asked about Aaron Cresswell, he's like, how is Aaron? And he said he's okay. His back is stuffed. Is stuffed in the. His back is stuffed. His back is stuffed up after going into the goal post. He was in a spasm and couldn't move his leg well at that point, but apparently he's okay now. So I'll be surprised if he plays on Wednesday. In all honesty, I'd give him a rest if I can, but we'll see. Thoughts on Lanzini? He said, Manu is starting to find some really good form, I've got to say, and he looks in better condition, so I'm pleased with him. I thought he did okay today from when he came on, and obviously getting a goal was a bonus, but overall, he's a really important part of the team, and we'll keep using him where we see the right time and the right place. Hashtag Lanzini to start on Wednesday. Are you worried about some of the form in the attack? As we were saying here, and he goes, yes, I am. And I've told them we need to be better in that area. I think we've had opportunities. And I think when you get to the top end, if you want to be at the top, you have to have forward players who individually can beat people and create goals. Kolossak to come in January. Hashtag. Who knows? Thoughts on starting Masuaku over Jared Bowen? Obviously, it was a huge talking point. And he basically explained it. So I think it's the amount of crosses with Man City putting the box on both sides. I think it's how you defend them. They overload both sides, whether they're crossing or whether they're on you or whether they're crossing to the far side. They are very, very good at it. So that was the thought behind Arthur. And also, it just gave us a bit more of the left-sided balance, which I thought I needed today as well. And that's true. To be honest, we don't really have a predominantly left side that, is that three, when he plays that three in midfield, sort of attacking midfield, the left-sided one tends to be four now, so he doesn't tend to stay out there. He tends to sort of drift in. So actually, having someone who is a left-sided player and someone like Bowen, Bowen wasn't playing, but who's a right-sided player, that sort of gives you a bit more balance. So no, fair enough, Moisey, fair enough that way. And so yeah, those are the main points. As I said, he's it was a short and sweet post-match press conference. But we've got loads of stuff coming up today, so this week anyway. Let's go for some chats, questions and things, and then we'll talk about this week. I agree, Antonio and the three attackers behind any serious competition. Souček has looked knackered for a while, even needs rest or competition. I haven't heard any update of Crest, we're just giving it. Sorry, Unleash the Beast with 25 to go. That's what I mean, Mandy. I think is my choice of Cabral. Now, Stel might talk about it tonight. If not, I'll be talking about Cabral on Thursday, because when we have our little roundup of the transfer news. Moisey said Crest had muscle spasm in that whack. I would be surprised if he starts. I would rest. Do you know what? If we could, I would, because even if he played Sufal at left back, it's not going to be the end of the world, and he's going to do a good job. I don't know. 3 years ago would have been 5 or 6-0. Totally agree, particularly with the weather as well. I'm sick of Brighton. Let's get that bogey out of the way on Wednesday. Let's blow that bogey away, indeed. Yes, no more bullied by Brighton, indeed. Yes, we have one fantastic injury-prone striker. We now have been playing 5 competitions without a rest, indeed. More importantly, we are still fourth, man. 4 nows for Lanzini Wednesday. No, I don't think so. I'd still play 4 nows. Because you need that, in my opinion, you need that bit of that energy he brings. He's one person I wouldn't drop his 4 nows. Personally, I'd go in that 3. I'd go 4 nows, Lanzini, Benrahma, and Bowen up front. That's what I would do. He's good, but I'm dubious about strikers from Switzerland ever since we bought that guy from Sweden. Albion Ayeti, there we go. Any Lingard news? A little bit over the weekend. I'm sure Stel will talk any updates, but if not on Thursday, we'll be covering any Lingard news that's come out. Vlasic to start alongside Lanzini Wednesday. Maybe. I don't know. I don't think so. Yep, I agree. Mickey needs a rest. I don't think he needs a rest. I just think he needs to be played the right games, and that's my big bugbear at the moment. Is he's fit, so we play him. And actually, no, because I think that's the detriment of the club, detriment of the team. Wolves, no, it was the wrong game to pick him. Genk away, Genk home, no. As soon as they go off and they bring on, Bowen, and we look a different side. David Moyes should say he'll start on the bench, and if he comes on, he has to make a ping back or start against Chelsea. That sounds great to me. Yes, the money we lose for a player on a free, on the money we lose. What it is true. It's true, Daniel. But it's whether they take the money now or they lose 7 million, or they keep Tarkowski. He keeps them up, and they get the reward for staying up. It's a tricky one, isn't it? Tricky one for them. But anyway, 4 nows for SC Half. Who's SC Half? Am I being an idiot? I don't know. Sonny Perkins to start against Brighton. No, I can't see Perkins starting in a Premier League game for a little while at least. No. The only time I could see him start potentially at the Zagreb game. Potentially. I get your point, Theo. It's just he's completely different from Yeti. He really is, and he's a bit of a beast, this man. And look, Barca are sniffing around from him as well. So it's always a good sign. But then Barca doing very well at the moment. So there we go. If we beat that Bogan team, we will be 3 points above schedule. There we go. Excellent. Put Perkins on the bench. Keep Bowen and Antonio on their toes to the window opens. I like that, Gaza. Oh, second half. Okay, I get you. Yeah. No problems. Good afternoon. Do you think West Ham should have gotten a draw from yesterday? No. I don't think we should have. I think we were very sloppy. And City were City. And, you've got to get anything at City, you have to, I think someone put it in the chat yesterday, to get anything at City, you need to be error-free and be on it. And we just weren't on it. We were better than Wolves, but it was still a bit sloppy. Obviously, I'm not blaming the weather, but the weather check, that hindered us more because, technically we're not as gifted as Man City. I think we would have stolen a point. And again, I'm not being funny. There's been games this season where we have not deserved to win at all or get anything out of the game, and we've come out rosy. So no, I don't think we deserved anything out of that game. Afterwards, in retrospect, obviously before, I'd have to turn them over. But there, Bowen has to start against Brighton. Looked woeful against these. But they created a load of chances. very similar to us. You know what I mean? It's like they create a lot of chances. They just haven't got a striker. And that's the thing that's frustrating Brighton fans at the moment. I mean, I think they booed them off, didn't they, at half time? And they'd create something like 30 chances or something ridiculous by the end of the game. We need to stop the losing mentality before it becomes a habit. Indeed. How old was TC when he broke through? Yeah, but it's a different time, Father Snow, isn't it? Different time. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. TC. Where is he? Where is he on my little spreadsheet? So his first season was 90, real season was 93. He only played 4 games in the 82-83 season. So 83-84, he was his season basically. So let's go for 1983 minus 1965. 18. He was 18, but a different time, I think. I think it was a different time, to be honest. But yeah, I mean, he scored 19 goals that season. The next season, he scored 24 when he was 19. Then he scored 21 when he was 20. Then he scored 29 when he was 21. So yeah, he's just a very special player. I think we need to get Jonathan David, top scorer. Said he would put sales reps on signing him. Well, he did actually. Craig Forrest did say that he was a very good player, and there were rumblings of us looking at him. There was rumours the other day, so we'll see. You only get a few chances. You should have to take 1 or 2 to get a result. Indeed, you can't be sloppy with top teams. You can't be, Daniel. We must win on Wednesday because 4 losses of the trot will start to. Is it 4 losses? No, 3 losses, isn't it? Be 3 losses 3 league losses in a row. We only lost 2 games in a row. Last time we did it was in April, and we're in November. So not too bad. This Wednesday really has to get 3 points. I can't see the youngest cut unless we go 4 up. Byron up front and Tony subbed on for the last 25 minutes. Good work. That's my plan. Hammer it. I watched the highlights and felt their second goal was offside, but I'm a bit biased. Yep, true. The fact that we were disappointed getting 2-1 shows how far we've come. Indeed, we would have taken a 2-1 defeat 3 or 4 years ago, but the fact that we didn't. We didn't get a point. We came away a bit disjointed. How long has it been since West Ham have lost by more than 1 goal? Oh, I don't know. Let's have a quick look, shall we? How exciting for everybody. Where's the season? This season. Let's have a quick look. Let's have a look where we've lost. 2-2. Not this season. We haven't lost this season by more than 1 goal. Great idea, P-Gads. It would have been last season sometime. Let's have a look. When was it last season? Let me have a look. I'm still looking. Liverpool on the 31st of January. That we lost 3-1 at home. There we go. 4 losses? 4 I'm so confused at the moment. Let's have a look. Oh, I'm so confused at the moment. No, because we beat Villa, didn't we? Then we beat Liverpool. So far we've lost in a row. We've lost to Wolves and we lost to Man City in a row. So yeah, we're at 4 losses now, isn't it? Yeah, 4 losses now. But yeah, I mean consecutively. That's what I meant. I can't help but think if you had a complete play, El Nesri would be scoring totally. One decent. We are. And I said last year we're a decent striker away from being a top side. So there we go. Paul Allen played at 17 years and 256 days. There we go. Pep was saying again, yeah, but that's lost by 1 clear goal. That's not. That's still more than 1 clear goal. Was Liverpool away? We were at home at the end of January last year. Agreed. Perkins is very mature, extremely talented, always plays up top if he can operate in our system. But with David Moyes at the helm, you don't know these days. We're always looking at that with all strikers now of the Haller hangover, aren't we? Really, but to be perfectly frank, I still think if David Moyes had signed Haller, we'd have ourselves a top Premier League striker on our hands. Top Premier League striker. No denying the man's quality. Pep was saying how good we are again. Well, as I said, we've spoken to Man City fans before, and they said last season were the two. We were the team that gave them two of the best games in the Premier League that season. So, and we gave them, and it shows how much they respected us. I mean, Pep didn't make a substitution until about the 87th, 88th minute. Granted, the person who came on scored a goal, but regardless of that fact, he didn't change it. But I mean, you look at our squad; their squad was very thin on the ground. Am I right? There was a. Am I right in thinking is there a car? Because there is. I mean, I know Scott Carson. Did they have two goalkeepers on the bench yesterday? Like Scott Carson's at Man City, but they had Stefan. Did they have two goalkeepers on the bench, or is there another player in the Man City squad called Carson? Let me know if you know, because I was a bit surprised by that. No, we picked up. Wednesday's key for us. For me, it's about mentality, mental strength. If we win Brighton, we are ready for top four. Indeed, we are still massive. Don't you forget it. Yes, a Man City had two goalkeepers on the bench. So when we're talking about having, I don't know, Areola and Darren Randolph. Man City, the richest club, the second richest club in the country, they had two goalkeepers on their bench. Just because we got back to back, but we played well. We played well at this one. That's what I mean. We played well. We played better against City than we did against Wolves. Wolves was, I think, if we were looking at a thing, we'd have probably put Wolves down as a win, to be perfectly honest, and then City as probably a loss. The fact we've got two losses, me in it. I think Lingard had stayed with us would be a solid top four side. Yeah, no, I agree, Budge. I agree. Chelsea looks so strong against Man United. Another difficult game. But I fancy them at our gaff, though. I fancy them at our gaff. With that crowd, we beat Liverpool hadn't lost a game for how many games? 30 odd games, and we did them. And the crowd made a huge difference. If the crowd, that's why it's not necessarily momentum for the players, but it's momentum for the fans as well. We need a good performance on Wednesday. We need a victory on Wednesday, and then we'll go in buzzing for Saturday, because we would always be buzzing. The crowd will be buzzing for Chelsea anyway, but Chelsea plus a win on our backs, still in the top four, yada, 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 bosh. I feel like the squad is comfortable in their roles. European don't seem like they can force their way into the Premier League teams. That needs to change to be proper contenders, particularly up front, in my opinion. I think nothing wrong with Antonio at all, but sometimes it'd be great to just have someone just to throw on and go, see, it's not always going to be you, mate. You need to fight for your place. The goalkeeper situation is similar in that they're fighting for places. I don't think there's really anyone else. I think Souček and Rice. I think not Rice, maybe Souček sometimes. Maybe his performance is a slightly subpar, and I think that sort of frustrates people as well. But he's a different type of player than Declan Rice. I think Declan Rice has gone up to another level in the last 18 months. And Souček is maintaining that level he usually played, but it's like this. So he's saying the same, and Rice is going up and up and up, and we're like, well, why isn't Souček performing? Well, he probably is performing maybe like that, where Rice is going like this, and you know what I mean. So, I think, and also I think Souček, although I think he needs a rest, he doesn't seem to want to rest, because there's been opportunities where he's been able to move and maybe swap him in for Krul or Mark Noble, and he hasn't. So there's a reason for that in there. I think Man City are most definitely the best team in the Premier League. Like Rodri impressed me. He really impressed with him and Cancelo. What a player he is. No one is going to run away with the league. It's going to be down to the wire. I enjoyed the City game, travelling up there, and we managed to look like we can beat them at their home. That's the thing. I know it's like on a better day, with a rub of the green, we would have got something there. And that's what I mean. I didn't want it to be, because City are brilliant at scoring that first goal, and then they go on the attack for like 20 minutes, just trying to get the second and third, just to knock the game out and knock the stuffing out of the team. But they couldn't do it. They couldn't break us down after that goal. And to be honest, that goal was really frustrating, because we said it in his post-match press conference that the idea of Masuaku was to cover that left-hand side, and they went down the left-hand side and scored. So for me, it's like, and after that, he then tucked in and was a lot more defensive-minded. If he was that from the start, we may not have conceded that goal. My brother reckons Chelsea are preparing harder for us than they did at Man United. Apparently, Tuchel's more concerned about us. And why wouldn't he be, Budgie? We are massive. I'm still going for Liverpool title. They're blowing teams away with goals they've scored. Well, I think it's one of I think don't forget us as well. Ariola to start Wednesday. Don't think so. I don't think Fab's done nothing wrong. I don't think Fab kept us in that game yesterday. 2 or 3 really good saves, in my opinion. I don't think Moyes will throw him in. I don't think so. Are we linked with that Marseille centre back event? Which one are you talking about? Bakara, Buchanan, no, Buchanan Kamara, Carrara, that one. Because we were linked with him, because he can play centre back as well. I like him, but he's apparently, I was reading today that like Liverpool and I think City are looking at him as well. So there we go. Great. Don't have to go buy stuff. Well, it's Cyber Mondays today, isn't it? So enjoy. That's what we like to see. Right. Okay. Let's tell you what we've got coming up this week. It's a busy week, as you can see, with the football and 2-game week as well. So this is subject to change, but just to give you an idea of the schedule this week. Tonight, we envisage Stelios being back with the flagship show, West Ham Weekly, 9 o'clock. But we all know that as a pinch of salt, or a massive, like a truckload pinch of salt. And then we've got the preview for the Brighton game tomorrow night, with probably Anton and Matt. Then we got Matchday Live, the Brighton game, probably from about 6:30. It's probably about 6:30 more than 6 o'clock. It's a 7:30 kickoff randomly. For some reason, it's 7:30. I don't know why, but it is. Highlights of the Brighton game straight after that. I'll probably dial in on the way home onto the station. Thursday, we may have an ex-Hammer show, TBC. I'm just confirming if we can get someone on there. But we'll have a question and answer night as well. Friday, we'll have a preview for the Chelsea game, probably about 9 o'clock-ish. And Stelios is potentially having a late show on Friday night. So we'll see what happens with that. So it's going to be a busy week as always. And obviously we'll have the Chelsea match day live on Saturday, 12:30 kickoff, don't forget. So it's an early one, so don't go to bed too late. I'd be surprised if Stel does a late show because, he's got to get his beauty sleep. He doesn't finish till about 1 or whatever. He's got to be up. He's got to be up for, for 12:30 kickoff. How's he going to get his 10 hours kip? I don't know. So it's going to be a busy day. Busy day. Let's have a look more comments. Moyes game and bollocking. His kicking was hopeless. To be honest, I think Ariola is a bit wayward, to be honest. Very much so. So, single out Antonio and 4 hours is the biggest threats of the day. Yeah, I think it's fair enough. Declan Rice, I'd add to that. Does Burnley not have underfloor seating for the snow to that thick is weird? Apparently, it was the sheer volume of snow coming down. They do have undersoil heating because I think every ground in the Premier League has to have undersoil heating. But it was the volume. It literally, very similar to. It was like what we had at that first half, where there was no snow, and by the end, the pitch was covered. But it was that times 10. It literally just came bucketing down, massive snowflakes, and the undersoil heating wouldn't work because it would freeze and then refreeze. It just wouldn't work very well. So that's why they got the old shovels up at Man City. Man City had empty seats. We were singing that they were indeed. Good evening, Garrett, Darren. Hope you're my friend. When they came to the bowl and we reinforced with Lingard, DCC, and possibly a striker, then we will see. I totally agree. Did not track his man for the first goal. Can we continue to trust him? Well, that's what I'm saying. It's like, that was one of the reasons why Moyes put the team out that way to sort of nullify that side. But it just didn't work, did it? Didn't work. And then afterwards, he sort of got what he's meant to be doing. But these things happen. And as you said, it's 3 or 4 years ago. I think Budgie says 3 or 4 years ago we would have been turned over 5 or 6-0, and we regularly were against City. There was some incredible stat before last season, particularly. I mean, we obviously got last season got a point at our gaff. Maybe should have won, and I think when we played City away, I think John Stones scored and there was like a deflected goal. I think it was 2-1 again. I think it was 2-1 last year as well. So, it shows you how far we're coming as a team, I think, so to speak. I know they were without Foden. They didn't have Grealish in the squad. Didn't have Kevin De Bruyne. But they still had a hell of a lot of good players out there. And they didn't even bring anyone really off the bench to make a difference. So, or until the very end with Fernandinho coming on. Did they show Lanzini's goal on match day? Goal of the month. Well, I think it was a bloody good goal, wasn't it? bloody good goal, wasn't it? I loved it. I loved it. Afternoon, Steve. Hope you're well. Yeah, we're all right. Yeah, we're okay. Hope you're well, my friend. If Stell's reputation is on David, he's a perfect signing. Maz wasn't great, and if Krez is out for a while, I'm worried he won't. He'll be all right. Moyes said in the beginning of this, we went through his post-match press conference, and basically said he's okay. He just banged it, and he did. I mean, look, he took a proper bang. Fair play to him. And he said he had a back spasm, but he says he's okay. Worst comes to worst, I'd play Soufal. Play Soufal left back. He's played as an auxiliary left back before when we've needed him when Crest has gone off injured. I'd play Soufal because you can be guaranteed the man's going to put the effort in. And so the only thing you really would miss out potentially is the crossing, wouldn't you? But arguably, if you play Bowen's got a good delivery in him, 4 nails from the other side. So who knows? What was Fever? What said that, Russ? Oh, was it? Okay, very good. I agree with Ian. Moyes needs to do a massive squad rebuild, a proper second team that can push if needed. That's the eventual plan, isn't it? Surely. I have a feeling Bowen is going to score against Brighton. Let's not forget how much money City have compared to us. Exactly. Russ, can you give my boy a shout out as he's first in all of the fantasy football leagues? Richie, congratulations. Richie Higgins, well done. Fantastic. I've just given up. I was determined to do it this year, but we'll do it on Thursday. We'll have a look and see what the standings are on our current one. Antonio makes a lot of goals out of nothing. Doesn't get great service, in my opinion. He doesn't, but when he does, I think he's not a natural striker, is he? We know. Let's be honest, he's not a natural striker, but he has that sort of unpredictability about him, which makes him a very interesting striker to have in your team. But sometimes it just doesn't. It's not his day, is it? And sometimes, like that Wolves game, just weren't his game, weren't his day. And if you had someone like, I don't know, Kabul, or you had El Nesri or Hlosek, who you could throw on, or Sonny Perkins, or you could just throw them on, and all right, Antonio, take 5. Let's whack this one on and see what happens. That's what I want. That's what I want. Just different options. Or obviously it seems clear we're probably getting Lingard in January, getting him back permanently. So same thing. Okay, you get in and and you know what I mean. So Lingard, you take when we put Bowen, and it can be moved very, very quickly and adapted with one substitute. I don't doubt GP. It's just playing against a solo striker is probably one of the hardest positions to play, and the transition from playing alongside someone by yourself it can be. But I mean, to be honest, first half particularly, Benny was right up to Antonio, wasn't he? And I think it's all about confidence as well and belief. And if you've got a manager who believes in you and a manager who can coach you in the right way, and there's nothing wrong to get someone who naturally might be in a different position, but the way he's adapted Antonio, the way he's adapted Fornals, these people weren't naturally bought for that position, but they've been adapted to play it. And that's all down to Moyes. When they said Cresswell hit the post, I didn't think it was his back. True, but maybe he could adapt. Indeed. I guess I would have posted this on match day, but I'm now grandfather. Congratulations, Scott. You don't look old enough in your picture. Baby Magor, is that how you pronounce it? He's a healthy baby girl. New Hammer support. Congratulations, mate. Congratulations. Nice to see the next generation, or the next generation. There's 2 generations. Congratulations, Scott. Always nice to see that. Always nice to see. Doesn't matter how shit the world is, isn't it? How shit the world is. Something like that just perks you up a bit. Antonio, I think, lets himself down sometimes. Hangs on the ball too long when the sim passes on. Totally agree with you, Steve. He drifts out to the wing a lot because he's looking for the ball. He does. And that was the problem. I remember when Tevez first joined us, and he was all over the fucking place. And then Curbs basically said, "Look, you just stay up front." And he's a completely different person. Same as Arnautovic. Arnautovic was on that right wing with Bilic. Moyes went, "Hang on, you just don't go there. Go up front, and you stay there." Outrageous for us. I don't doubt it. I just think we'll be better suited half the price. He would be. Loads of congratulations. I hope we sign a couple. Seems a good one. He does seem good, actually. Yarman was my man of match again. Well, there we go, Frank, because he played a whole 0 minutes. He's my first pick for a striker, mate. Looks very good. He seems to be a Newman fine, I think. Have you seen his all-round game? We're going to try and hopefully do something with stats around strikers soon, in the same way that we did with the defenders. But this Cabral, whatever, does seem to be really interesting. Doesn't seem to stop scoring either. And he's got Barcelona sniffing for him. And it does have a very Rob Newman, like, because there was a guy, a Chilean guy called Aquina, who we were after as well, again from Rob Newman. And I think you're going to get more and more of this, because now we've got time to look for these gems who we can pick up for very small amounts or smaller amounts of money, some might not work. Some may not work. But even if you can get him for a small amount of money, you can obviously double your money because he's on West Ham's books. So you buy Gabriel for 4 or 5 million or whatever it is, 7 million. You can sell him for 15 million in 2 years' time. So you make your money back. Thanks all. Just happy everyone is well. Definitely changed one being perspective. A grandfather indeed. I can only imagine, man. Minge today as well. Where's my Minge? Oh yeah, here he is. Still, it's a bit floppy today. Let's put it back in the fridge. There we go. Just go get Origi. We're not going to get him to the summer, are we? Liverpool are not going to sell him to us, Budgie, are they? Let's be honest. I think now the trouble is now we are in this position now. If we were like 12th or battling relegation, then we'd buy him. We'd probably get him. But the fact of the position we are in, it does hamper us a bit with people in our league. And Liverpool are in our league now. Like it or not, they're in this top 6 league with us now. And so I think you're more likely to probably get him in the summer. Maybe, but who knows? Russ, don't waste your time doing stats of strikers. We ain't signing one. Looking at right backs instead. Well, you know me. I like to do it. He's first in all leagues. I hope you're all taking care of Yuri. Yeah, we always are. A floppy mill. We don't like a floppy minge. Yeah, give him a good. What time is Stellon? I don't have an exact time, but I'm in a time zone. GP, your guess is as good as mine. I'm in the same bloody time zone as Stell. It's apparently he's usually at 9 o'clock UK time, so wherever that is, so 4 o'clock Eastern, 3 o'clock Central, 1 o'clock Pacific. But then it's and there's exactly. Could be 9 p.m. Could be 9:30. Could be 10 p.m. It's not usually later than 10. I'd say, but we never know still. Floppy means better. No, never flop. No, just seems to know where the back of the net is. Sounds stupid, but something we're missing at the moment. It is, mate. We are missing someone who just knows, who's instinctively ready to put it in the back of the net. And it's not me. It's that instinct striker. Do you know what I mean? So, you can't teach that. You either, and Antonio doesn't have it. But he's still a fantastic player for us. And I think you just want that little bit of, just a little bit of instinctiveness that we just don't have. We just don't have. Anyway, everybody. Anyway. As I said, don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. Stell will hopefully be on tonight sometime after 9 o'clock or there or thereabouts. I'll be back on Thursday with our transfer roundup. Thursday lunchtime, we're back if our transfer roundup, and so we'll be doing all the transfer stuff, but still will obviously be covering them off at the weekly tonight as well. As you can see, that's roughly the schedule we've got coming up. Hopefully we have an X-Hammer on Thursday to do a Q&A. That's the only day we can fit it in now. It's ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. So thanks everyone for your time, all your comments and everything. Again, as always, it's always easy when you guys interact. I just literally sit here reading your comments really more than anything. As I said, if you want to become a member, subscribe to the channel. That's all free. Lovely. Like, comment, share, subscribe. All free as well. Thank you very, very much. All helps us on our road to 10,000 subscribers. If you want to support the channel in other ways, become a member. We've got over 50 in the memberships in the members Barmy Army, and as always, like to thank them at. I said I like to wank them. I like to thank them Well, I suppose if you're up for it. Like to thank them at the end of each of my shows. So take care, everyone. Stay safe. Wash those hands. Count on your irons, and see you soon. Much love.
It's like a family tree.